liking this vibe.
I'm loving this.
It's
I have to
so
sit in those
comfy.
uncomfortable chairs.
Honestly, this is an upgrade. It really is.
It's an upgrade. We still got, okay, for the people that are confused, it's never been on a couch before. This is new. I got a couch down here. And I was not going to originally do it. I had the whole old setup set up. I just had this like on the side. I was like, yeah, Shya, I was thinking about doing the couch with the. She was like, let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
We move everything. She single-handedly picked up the couch with just a pinky. And then plopped it right here, and now we're doing this on a couch. The reason why I was reluctant is because we don't have the arms or anything yet, so we're gonna be holding this. You're gonna hear a lot of like.
We'll survive. We can hold it.
Yeah, but we can do this.
Yeah.
We can do this. I have full faith in us. So, Shya, how has your day been so far? What's going on?
Really good. I got up. I actually had such a good night of sleep. Good
Really?
nights of sleep are so underrated.
Because it's crazy because it affects your whole day.
It does.
Makes your whole day better.
I woke up before my alarm, and I feel like most of the time I would be mad about that, but I was so awake.
That's what I guess if you naturally wake up before your alarm.
And it was like sunny.
That's fine.
It was light outside.
It's nice out, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good like week all week. Friday's 70 degrees.
Oh, I know. I really wish I could like drive to the beach and watch the sunset, but I'm gonna be in my bag Friday night.
What does that mean?
I'm serving. Gotta make my money.
Gotta make some money.
Yeah.
Hey, we all need money, so it makes complete sense. I, on the other hand, don't have a job, so I don't need to make money.
Hey, honestly, save yourself while you can.
Yeah, I'll be working the rest of my life is what I keep telling
That's what
myself.
I always tell myself. I have 2 jobs right now. I coach gymnastics during the week and then sometimes on the weekends. And I'm just like, why do I do this to myself? It's because I'm addicted to money. It's a thing.
Because once you get it, like you get comfortable with the amount you have, and then that's what you spend.
Yeah, I might have a slight shopping problem.
Oh, so are you like an Amazon problem, or is this like you like to go and shop at places and?
Okay, I used to go and shop, but then it became the thing where like you're just bored and you're laying in your bed, and so you go on a website and then you buy something, and you're like, why don't I just go to like 3 more websites for fun?
See, like, what are your main websites? Let me guess. Shein.
No.
Really?
I
like Shein. I do. They got cool shit, dude.
No, you want what I've realized is I don't wear real clothes anymore. I only wear workout clothes.
Athleisure.
Yes.
It's a very hip thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very acceptable. You know what's crazy? It wasn't always a thing.
No, it wasn't. And I swear, I can like picture it in my mind, like walking through the halls at high school. And like you'd be like, oh my God, is it weird that I'm wearing leggings with sneakers right now?
That was the thing for like at least the beginning.
Yeah,
like,
it was. And now I wouldn't second guess it.
Everyone wears leggings. All the girls wear leggings.
Yeah.
And then like even there's guys like this is technically athleisure.
It is.
Some Nike
comfy
sweatpants.
Cozy.
It's comfy. And
It's
just
comfy,
nice.
cozy, and it can be like put together.
Yeah,
know?
because like it's not like I look like shit. It's just
No,
like
Dan, you don't look like shit today, I promise.
Thank you. I like the green too, by the way.
Thanks.
It's almost St. Patty's Day type vibes.
It is. Isn't St. Patrick's Day on Friday?
It's tomorrow.
Oh. Wait. Wait.
Oh.
What day is St. Patrick's Day? Like, is it always the 16th or is it always a Thursday?
I think it's always the 16th. Am I wrong? I'd be terrible because I'm so Irish. It's crazy. I'm so Irish.
I'm kind of Irish too. You wouldn't believe it.
You're Irish.
I am.
Like, really?
Like, actually.
Like, not
You would never be able to tell. No, yeah, my mom is Irish and Portuguese, and then my dad's Dominican, so like that's why I'm
Do
brown.
you identify at all as Irish? If someone asked you, like obviously you said it now because it was very much part of the conversation, but like, would you say you're Irish?
Yes, only because I consider myself like very much like Oreo coconut-y vibes because I'm like brown on the outside, but I'm a total white girl at heart. Like it's
Is it okay? So this is a very
like that's like
interesting
something.
thing.
It is interesting
It's
because.
extremely And you don't get to talk to
Yeah,
people
it was
about
like
People are
it was like
scared.
such a joke with all my friends in high school, and I would honestly say like even now like we always laugh about it because I feel like just because maybe it's the town that I grew up in and just the expressions that I say, it's so funny. Like if you listen to me, like people would never like if you just heard my voice and you didn't see what I looked like.
Maybe on Spotify someone just clicked on it and they're just gonna be like, "Oh my God, she's brown."
Right.
Now that they're hearing this.
Right. Like
Wow.
it's just kind of funny if you think about it. Like people's voices also.
Yeah.
Like when you're on Spotify and you're listening to podcasts, because I feel like I listen to podcasts a lot more than I listen to music like in my free time.
Nice.
it's interesting because it's like, who's the person behind the voice?
Yeah, because you really like you often don't know what they look like.
Right.
You know,
But then
often.
when I actually see it, like sometimes I'll be really into a podcast. So I'll go like look up who it is, like on Instagram or
Yeah.
even on the internet.
YouTube video, something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because this is on YouTube,
It's
huh?
also on. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Purr. Material girl. Anyways, so I was saying I always like go and look stuff up, and I'm so shocked half the time, like so wild.
Yeah, it's because it's the same thing as like, you know, this past 2 years we had to wear masks,
Mm-hmm.
and then like you'll look at someone, and one way or the other you're like they look like or they look really good looking, and
Right.
then they take off the mask and you're like,
Ooh,
oh,
it's the mouth. It's the mouth.
yeah, it's just
It's
because
either scary or
oh,
yeah.
but I
Yeah.
think it's not so much that you can. I never determine if I think someone's like good looking or not right after take off the mask. I have to give it a little bit of time because
Yeah.
you never know. Because maybe it's just different.
Right.
It's just different. Doesn't mean it's better or worse. It's just like this isn't because you have to fill it in with your
Yeah,
head.
actually, you're right.
So it's just like okay, it's different. Let me give it some time to adjust. Because like obviously, I think you just fill it in perfectly, like as your mind would
Yeah.
assume it should be filled in.
Right. But also, it's kind of weird because our mask mandate just got lifted how many weeks ago? Like it wasn't that long ago.
2 weeks.
Yeah. So my major right now, it's like really specific. So like I feel like I've traveled since freshman year, like with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
And like I kind of remember what they looked like freshman year, but like obviously I feel like we've grown. Like I feel like these last 3 years, like from freshman year to junior year, I feel like there's such a difference.
Yeah, I think I look different at least.
So when we took masks off and I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
I was just like shocked.
It's just like everyone like this is not.
I was
what
like, this is weird.
remember.
I don't know how to feel right
It's
now.
like Dan Graham's beard is very long. that's the first thing.
Dan Graham, that's my guy.
Oh, he's the best. You're exercise science too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
so-
actually fitness management, so I don't have as many classes with all of them fitness.
So it's like a
people.
little different.
Yeah, a little different.
But you do have some with them.
Yeah, I take some more business classes.
That's cool.
So, because I want to like own my own gym.
That's
one
what
day.
everybody should do with whatever your major is.
I agree.
Everyone should do that. Unless
really
you
do
are
agree.
business. Because business, I feel like you can do business without anything else. If you're doing anything in today's like world,
Like, why
you should
not?
know how to build your own business out of it.
Right, because you don't need a degree to build your business, but like if you're in college, why not take classes that could like aid you in what you want to do like when you're older? Like even
Especially
if
with
it's-
what you're doing, I feel like it's very
Right.
much like brand. Like I was talking to Dan Graham about it actually. He said he's like, I think I gotta start building the brand. I was like, what does that mean? He's like, well, if you hire somebody, if you want like someone with a lot of money to hire you, you kind of gotta be out there.
Yeah,
Or like,
it's
it's
insane.
interesting.
And it's so wild how the world operates now. Like it's almost like you need to have that like recognition
Yep.
beforehand
Yep.
to even like step your foot in the door.
Yeah, like entry level doesn't really exist anymore.
No.
Not in like anything that you really enjoy.
And I feel like there's such a debate between like if you need a degree and if you don't need a degree because
Yeah.
people say like all the time like you don't need a degree. And granted, there are so many people who have like made it and been so successful without degrees, but then there's some certain jobs where like you absolutely need it.
Because they just won't hire you. You
Right.
just can't even get the
They
opportunity.
won't.
You could know more than all these other people, but if you don't have it, it's hard to get
Exactly.
hired in the first place.
And I feel like that was a big thing before, but I also feel like presence in the world, like even social media is like such a big deal now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the same thing with like the athleisure. It's like it wasn't always like this.
Right.
And then things just change. And it's like, obviously one thing to be like what you're wearing, but like the way we operate in social
So
media. We were
different.
talking about it in I have a buyer behavior class. It's very cool. Very cool.
I feel like I would like that.
You'd
That
love
sounds
it.
interesting.
Everyone would like it. It's really cool. So the thing we were talking about is how like this generation, like after us,
Mm-hmm.
is growing up entirely like into the internet era. Like they've
Yeah.
never had. Like I remember walking down the street to knock on my friends' doors and ask them, "Hey,
Yes.
you want to hang out today?"
I miss it. It was so simple.
It
Life was
was
so simple.
So simple, so simple.
It was all what you made it.
And it seems like that's almost more difficult because you're like, well, I could just text them. But for some reason, it's more simple. It's like there's no drama related. You just
Right.
knock, you just call the house
Mhm.
and you say, hi, is Eric home? Is this Miss Sweeney? Is Eric home? Like that.
Yeah.
I missed that a little bit.
And like I would run around the block with my friends hours on end. My mom would have to look for me to come in at
You gotta
night.
look for you. That's the thing. There's
Yes.
like now, like kids have phones when they're like 5, 4.
That's scary to me. Like I know there's like I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like there's such a it's just so weird how kids are so reliant on those things now.
Yep.
And we grew into it, so it's like
I think we were the last ones to have a little bit of both.
we are.
We definitely are more social. We're more like internet than we're not, I think.
I agree.
But like I feel like maybe even just like my sister's 5 years older. That honestly might be a big enough gap to where she might be like from her formative years less internet than more. I think we were all on the like very edge, but we're definitely more internet than not. But even so, I think it's good to at least have both perspectives.
I do think it's good, but I also think for people our age, it's kind of hard because you're almost, it's like, which side do you want to go on?
Yeah, and because you notice that, like a lot of people, like I think of a Mike Palmer, and he's very like he's like a 65-year-old man in like a 20-year-old's body.
Palmer.
Yeah, he's just like angry about like the whole. He's like, all right, well, I don't want to like do this and text this and go on the internet. I'm like, yeah, but that's kind of the world we're living in, dude.
I know, it's so wild.
So you have to pick one. Like
You
I'm
do.
obviously I've
And
chosen.
I personally feel like I'm so torn. Like I never can really decide because like I have a fitness Instagram account and like that's how I'm trying to build my brand as you were talking about before. But I like love the old times. Like I don't know, something about it is so cliche, but like it's so nice. Like I miss like when, for instance, like we were talking about like being attracted to people and like I would say like going on dates, like someone would have to actually physically ask you to go on a date.
You know what the craziest
And now
part
someone
is?
just slides in my DMs and says some random shit that I don't even know, and I'm supposed to be like, oh my god, you're so hot, I definitely want to go on a date with you. Like that's scary. That's so
They
scary.
hit you with
if
like
you
some
think about it.
Fresh Prince like pickup line like, yo, I wish that you was seed so I could plant a whole field of y'all or something like that. Like it's like, all right,
chill,
buddy,
chill.
bye.
But you're not wrong. That shit happens like all the time.
Where it used to be, you had to ask, and
Yeah.
then also this is the craziest part. I really don't know how people did this. You know how, like, think about you getting here, right? Even just you getting here. Like, I texted you. We talked like a couple days in advance. I said, okay, I'll text you the day before. I texted you yesterday.
Yeah.
I texted you this morning. Obviously, I like to overkill it. I'd rather make sure everyone's doing
Right.
the right thing.
Kind of me too.
But it's just like a preference. But no one would say I wasn't like being like overbearing either. Like, I
No,
wasn't
no,
even
no,
being
no,
crazy.
no.
But back in the day, you said 2 weeks ago, all right, yo, how about like next 2 Fridays from now, we meet here at this time? Okay, then that was it.
And
You
would
had
be
to just
there.
be
Like
there.
we would meet up.
Or you had to just tell someone else. Like my dad said he used to tell people if he was sick or something, he'd tell someone else to go to then tell that person that they couldn't make it because you couldn't call.
I mean, scary game of telephone, but it worked.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah, it did.
No one ever I don't hear a lot of like stories about like that, not like things not working out back then. It's
No.
just like we live in this life, so we're like, how's
Right.
it possible? I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's weird when you think about it because I feel like we're in a time where like if you don't follow the new rules, like you're just not with it.
Yeah, you're right.
And yeah, it's like what I don't even know.
Like if you don't do what we do now, you're kind of just gonna fall behind. I'm not saying
Right.
the rules are right. It's just they're the rules.
No, they are the rules and you have to play by them.
It's the same thing as like in school. You remember the kids that would like break a rule or something. I don't know if you were a troublemaker of any sort, Shya. I definitely was.
Okay, I did one bad thing when I
Oh?
was in elementary school, and it was really bad. So you can't get mad at me because I feel like the whole male species is gonna hate me right
The whole male species. But I mean, you did what?
Yeah.
What'd you do? When was this?
So this was it was like first grade. I
Oh,
was
it
like
don't even
in the
count.
after. It shouldn't count. It really shouldn't. But I was staying in the after school program,
see.
and I was friends with this kid named David. Poor David.
Poor
He
David.
really made me mad, and I sucker kicked him in the balls.
Oh, you sucker kick. You don't see a lot of sucker kicks nowadays. That's the correct verbiage, though. It's like when they don't know what's coming.
No, didn't know it was coming, and then he started crying, and I was like, I thought I was so tough, so I just kept playing with all the kids. And then one of the teachers came up to me. She was like, "You're not allowed to do that.
You can't sucker kick."
No, you're not allowed to do that. So then I started crying because I was like, why can't I?
You broke rules. You're like, why can't you sucker kick someone in the balls, man? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, and then they sent a note home to my mom, and I got in trouble.
So see, like that's not really the scenario I was thinking about, but that is a great story. That's a funny story.
It is a funny story, but you want to know what's even funnier?
Yeah.
Is like 2 weeks later, I was playing in the sandbox with David, and I kissed him.
Oh, so you liked him. That's why you kicked him in the balls.
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't that funny that was like the move way back in the day? Like you'd like somebody.
I feel like whenever you're mean to someone, that just means you love them so much.
Yeah, it's like, yo, go throw sand at her. Like, what? Like, yo, just go kick her in the shin. See what happens. You like her, bro? Go push her. Like, that's what it was about.
Honestly, yes, it is. It's so funny.
I wonder if it's kind of like that as we get older, but like in different ways. It's like
probably.
It's like you don't really hurt.
I mean, maybe in the toxic relationships that we hear about all the time, but
yeah, like did you watch Euphoria?
Okay, don't spoil the second season. I watched the first season, but I haven't gotten to start the second.
Okay, well this won't spoil anything. Just what's her name? Maddie with Nate Jacobs.
Like that is so toxic.
Ridiculous. You have no idea either. Like it gets worse, but like you'll see.
I need to start watching it.
You gotta watch season 2.
You know, me and Rachel are watching it together.
Oh really?
Yeah, we started it together.
When did you start?
Honestly, probably a little over a month ago. It's just hard because our schedules are so different.
Yeah,
everyone's schedules are so different.
Because like I know you're busy. You work 2 jobs. You have an entire fitness account, which people don't recognize how hard it is to maintain a social presence. And then you also just go to school, which is just like a lot. And then Rachel has a lot of shit too.
School itself is a full-time job.
You could do school and nothing else, and no one blinks. Like if I saying I don't have a job, no one's like, it's weird. It's like
no, I'm like school is so much.
Student and a podcast.
Yes, student with a podcast.
Fun.
And also UMass Lowell, just in general, I feel like is such an underrated school.
It's ridiculously underrated. It's got a little bit of grit. Mm-hmm. It's a little tough. It's not preppy.
No.
I think it's that perfect middle ground.
It is. And people are always like, you're in the ghetto, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
my neighbors are nicer here than at home.
True.
They're so nice.
So true. No, my house is nicer here than it is at home. Are you joking?
Your house is mad nice. Your house is so good. I love your house.
I love my house too.
It's beautiful. My house really isn't like that nice, but my neighbors.
Hey, you got this nice couch.
Yeah, right. And this is the backup. This is the backup basement couch.
Right.
And look at it. You know.
It's perfect. She's beautiful.
Looks like cobblestone walls, even though they're disgusting. But it doesn't look that bad. People are always like, "Oh, the wall looks pretty cool." I'm like, you have no idea.
No, but yeah, I feel like UMass Lowell, it's getting so much harder to get into now than it used to be.
It's like Amhersting. Because Amherst used to be mad easy.
It used to. And it's funny because, my hometown is like 15 minutes from here. So
where are you from again?
Tingsboro, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was like our commuter school. Like in my town growing up, everyone would be like, yeah, if you want to stay around here, you're going to go to UMass Lowell, Middlesex, because like that's the community college around here.
Yeah.
And a lot of times,
is it like connected to UMass Lowell?
It isn't. I think it's like a really good way to like transfer credits. So a lot of people do like 2 years there and then transfer over here for junior and senior year.
Makes sense.
I mean, it's a good idea to save money.
Yeah, I should have done that, but continue.
I should have done that too, but
yeah, it was like a commuter school. It was like
it was a commuter school,
like
but
what is it called? The safety.
It was a safety school, and so me personally, I only applied to 2 schools. I applied to Coastal Carolina.
Really?
Which is in South Carolina, yeah. And then I applied here as a safety school because I was like, if I don't go, then I guess I'll go here.
Yeah.
Like, what else am I going to do? I was like so dead set on going to Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, so.
And I was like, I'm going to get in. I was like, I know I'm going to get in, like, whatever. So it was all contingent on the fact that my mom and like my brother were going to move down south. And I was like, yes, like warm weather, like, let's go.
Let's do this as a family.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in it.
This could be great.
So I got into Coastal Carolina and I wasn't even that excited. Like, I don't know. I was like so dead set on going. I wasn't that excited. So then my mom decided she wasn't going to move because my brother's still in school. So he's a sophomore in high school right now.
Right now? So
Yeah.
at the time he was in middle school?
Yeah, I want to say he was like 6th or 7th grade.
It would have been a little tough to maybe go into a new high school.
Right. And I was like,
you
I
know?
wouldn't want to put that on him either. Like, not that it mattered.
Yeah.
But so then I was in a position where I had to like decide which way I wanted to go. Like, do I want to stay here with them or should I go to Coastal Carolina and like meet new people? Like, completely different vibe.
Massive decision.
Right.
Decision.
And I'm such an overthinker.
As we all are.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to go. Like, I can do this. Right. And I was like, I had to like talk myself down. I was like, I can do this. Right.
Yeah.
And then just one morning I woke up and I was like, no, I'm not going. And then I went to bed a couple times saying like, oh, I'm going to go. And I just did it back and forth. But then I was like, no, I'm really not going because
So
like I'm such a mommy's girl.
You need your parents.
Yes.
You need your mom around. You
like,
need like.
I would say I'm a very independent person, but I'm such like mommy's girl, daddy's girl. Like they'll do like anything and everything for me.
I feel like you need. I'm not like that. I feel like I need like the channel open. That's more what it is. I can't be like. I couldn't be across the country. Like I don't really rely on them, my parents, for like much of anything other than just like unconditional love you guys. But like, if something were to happen, I need them there.
Yeah.
I couldn't be like a 4-hour flight away and like 2 days of waiting for my flight. Like I couldn't do all that. I need them there.
No, plus I was like thinking about it. I was like, how many times would I have to pay to like $1,000 just for a trip to like come home for Thanksgiving and then come back to school and then go home for Christmas.
In general.
Right, and school is so freaking expensive. Like, thank God UMass Lowell isn't like the worst of expensive schools. Like, it's reasonable.
Still hurts.
But it hurts, babe. It hurts real bad. But no, yeah, I was like, I can't do it. So I decided to go here. And I was like, oh.
Were you like upset almost?
I wasn't upset. I honestly I was like, I wasn't going to go here and then I was just going to save money and live at home. But my mom loves me so much. Me and my mom have a really weird relationship. She loves me so much. She was like, you're not allowed to stay home your first year of college. She was like, you're dorming. Like, there's no way you're not allowed to. And I was like, I guess so. And I was like really like not into it. I don't know. I'm a particular person, I guess I would say. I know I am. But then Rachel, she reached out to me on, I think it was Snapchat, because you remember when we would post all our pictures in that Facebook group and you would like try to figure out who you were going to live with? To find a roommate. Yeah, she reached out to me and I was like, no way, she seems normal. So, because some people were scary.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone is scary in their own way.
Rachel is so not normal, but she is normal. You know what I mean?
Rachel's not normal, but she's normal at the exact same time.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's
the absolute best. But
love her to death.
Yes.
Love you, Rach.
Love you, Rach.
So we met for the first time at like a Chipotle, like randomly one day, and I had never met her before, and I sat there and talked with her for like 3 hours.
That's awesome.
I was like, this is actually gonna be so much fun.
You can like actually like go and like have a good time, meet people.
And the weirdest thing is like I didn't talk to her a bunch over text before. Like we were going into it blind, kind of like I'm talking to you right now. Going into it completely blind. I was like, I hope I like her. Like I'm gonna be living with her. Like
so you better go good. I guess if you go in with that mindset of like this will go good, like you can become friends with like I'm sure you have friends in like your life that you're like, if I met them today, would I really want them around? But you're just like, but I love them.
You always have to second guess that one sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, but you're just like, but they've been around, like, we got our stories, like, you just like them at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But so then, we were roommates, and we had 2 other roommates that we pulled in, Ashley and Celia. Love you guys, too. Yeah. Shout out to room 324 at Riv.
I've been in there one time, I think.
You did. I remember you dancing, actually.
Yeah, me and Dan Graham were hitting some blue-face dance moves.
First night we went out, we found out that Ashley and Celia, which were our other 2 roommates, they were related somehow, like married into the family, but were technically like cousins married into each other. So weird. Yeah. And we just all became, like, so close first year.
Just, like...
It was so weird. Like, it's so interesting. Like, you can put yourself out there and just become so close with people in such a short period of time.
Yeah. And I kind of wish... That's the one thing I missed out on my freshman year. Like, I didn't live with, like, them, like, above, like, you guys. I lived, like, in Fox, in a quad. 1 room, 4 people.
Oh, yeah, because I remember you always had to come over here by the shuttle.
I'd be hanging out at the shuttle. I'd be going over with the
Because you're from
shuttle.
the same hometown as them, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So I like know. I knew Mike. I knew Mike so well, and Haley too. So like I just was always over, and like I'd stay basically like the weekends. I was like hanging out in Riv. So like Riv's like I like consider that like I'm like a surrogate.
Oh, yeah.
Family member of Riv. Like I
Riv's
feel like
the best.
I belong to that.
I feel like if I didn't have a house, I would live in Riv again. Absolutely.
For sure. I would like to go. I wanted to live there my sophomore year. Like I was already trying to plan that all out.
Shut down.
And then the whole world shut down.
No, but that's what I was gonna say. So freshman year, though, like it was really awesome up until like a week ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, spring break.
Yeah.
We went on
and then the world shut down because Corona became a thing. Like,
that's so crazy.
Love you, Corona.
That's so crazy.
And it's so weird because I feel like ever since that moment, like everything has changed for me.
Explain.
I feel like, well, so obviously when Corona hit, like, and the world shut down, like, I feel like everyone was, like, in a huge slump.
Yeah.
Like, no one knew what to do with their lives. Like, I remember being stuck in my house and being like, is it okay to go outside? Like, I don't know. I was like...
Like, even just outside.
Right. Like,
I asked... You didn't know if you could be outside.
And it was, like, to the point where I would ask my mom if I could, like, go work out on, like, the field at our high school in our hometown. And she was like, no, it's not safe. And I was like, please. Well, granted, my mom was like a nurse in the ER at the time, so like she was dealing with the worst of it. So I mean, to each their own. But
yeah.
Then I just remember that's like when I first like had to start figuring out like what I liked and stuff like that, because I felt so lost. Like after partying was like a big deal freshman year. I feel like I partied myself like to the ground. Yeah. I remember going out like 3 times a week, back to back, like no questions asked.
Absolute baller.
It was good. It was so fun. It was good. But I mean, like, when I had to stop, I was like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, and like, what was I doing? Like, what am I doing
right
now?
What
do I like?
And I thought I made, like, so many friends. And I did. I would say I definitely made a lot of friends freshman year. But so many relationships just, like, weren't, like, true relationships, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And when you're shut out of the world and you're trying to, like, have some sort of normalcy, like true relationships matter.
That's what happened. I always say it like this. I imagine like this is me, right? Then there's like this bubble, and people where you're either in it or out it. I have friends out it, but unless you were in my like tight circle,
right?
You just didn't talk to people that were outside of it. You might have thought they were like really close friends of yours, and they really weren't, because like you just ended up not like reaching out. They didn't reach out to you, whatever. So it really just became you, your close friends, and like your family.
And I feel like that's a perfect way to explain it, because as soon as that happened to me and I like really had to think, I was like, who am I really friends with? Like I feel like I started like a whole self-development journey like really since that point, and it's so weird because I'm like, I hate Corona, but like I'm thankful for like that experience of like kickstarting that, you know?
For what it gave you in a way.
Right. So I just like started like journaling. I started working out. I started like trying to figure out like what lights my soul on fire, you know?
Yeah, that's a beautiful saying.
And working out became like a huge part of my life.
_SF_fitness.
Yes.
Follow it on
IG.
But
what was I saying? So fitness became a huge part of my life, and at first I did it in a very unhealthy way, like
every day,
like
twice
I
a
would
day.
do it every day. If I didn't get to do it for at least 30 minutes, I would cry. If I didn't get to cook my food the way that I wanted to, I would cry. If my mom cooked my food in oil that I didn't want cooked in oil, I would cry. Like, and that's so bad to say.
Like upset.
Like, I was genuinely upset, and I wouldn't eat it.
hey, it's just a start, and then you come down.
And then I started, like, actually getting into, like, learning about real fitness. And this is also, like, kind of where my major kind of comes into play, because I feel like freshman year was super gen ed. And then as time goes on, like, sophomore year, I dipped my toes into, like, what my real classes were, and like now I'm kind of like in it, you know.
Yep.
But so I started to like actually teach myself and like learn about real fitness and learn about nutrition and like how I should be fueling my body and how I shouldn't be. And so I used to eat like 1,200 calories a day. Like, actually, you could probably attest this to Rachel. I remember one day freshman year, I was like only letting myself eat so much food, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm so hungry. Like, I'm so starving. It was like 3 o'clock. I had only let myself have like 2 things that day, like to eat. Not like meals, like 2 things to eat.
Couldn't
And
be
she was like,
me.
Shia, I'm going to go with you to the dining hall right now if you're not going to eat. Like, I'm going to make you go. I was like, but I can't, because if I eat now, I'm going to be so hungry before bed. And that was just my mentality. Like, I was so focused on all of that stuff.
Hey, I mean, if you can focus in on, like, I know some people, like, they really do strict, like, diets and all that.
Yeah.
It is difficult, though, because then, like, it kind of takes the fun out of it.
It does. And so, well, first of all, let me preface that, like, eating 1,200 calories is, like, how much an infant should eat.
Yeah, aren't you supposed to eat, like, if you're a woman, like, 1,600, something like that? 1,800?
Honestly, I personally would say a lot more than that.
Because they
like,
say, like, 2,000.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
like,
and
you should do, like,
a big
25.
thing is, like, people will eat so small because they think they should just be, like, always losing weight. But, like, in the end, what you really should be wanting to do is, like, preserve your muscle mass so that you're able to, like, stay healthy when you're older.
Yeah.
And, like,
you kind of want to get to a weight and maintain it.
right.
More than,
like, I don't want to be eating so good one week and then have one off meal and then I gain a bunch of weight for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, that's not fun. That's like torture.
Yeah, it is. It is. I feel like just making sure, like, you just everything in moderation.
Right.
Really. Like,
absolutely.
Don't go too crazy. Like, I used to go to Wendy's all the time. Now I kind of go, like, only, like, half the time.
And you also enjoy it so much more when you have it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love Wendy's. You got no idea. You got no idea.
No. Out of the top 3, like, I feel like Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, like, Wendy's is top tier.
Wendy's is the best of the 3. Burger King has been, like, I hated Burger King. I had, like, a visceral hate. I was like, you want to be McDonald's.
You want to know why the only reason I liked Burger King?
Why?
The seeds on the bun.
I went and I got Burger King and I said those exact words.
Really?
I was like, the seeds on this
Like,
thing.
imagine Burger King buns on Wendy's with McDonald's French fries.
The Mickey D's French fries are fucking ridiculous.
And
too.
a McFlurry.
But that's the thing, though. So I love Wendy's, and then McDonald's has its purposes where it's better, 100%, like fries and the McFlurry and all that. BK is like this middle ground where, like, I really like the burger from Wendy's a little more, but the burger from Burger King is fucking great. And then I really like the McFlurry from McDonald's, but they got, like, these shakes at Burger King too, and I was like, So Burger King's, like, kind of like the jack of all trades.
Right. But then Frosties at Wendy's, like, you can't go wrong.
Wendy's is great.
It is great.
If the line isn't too long, best believe I'm picking Wendy's.
It's dangerous having one so close to us.
You know, there's like 3. I mean, one's really close.
Really
to
close to my apartment.
That's really close.
And close to Riv. Like, how did I not go crazy freshman year? I don't think I went there once freshman year.
I went with the boys. We went over there. We had no vehicle, so we walked into the drive-through line, and then, you know, the boys were like, they're all like drunk, or I mean, sugar highs or whatever. And so
no alcohol.
No alcohol. So I go over to the line. They're like, I don't drink. So I was like, they were like, yo, just go, like,
I don't
order
drink
our
either.
food. Look at us, sober couch. And I go over to the to, like, the thing, and I start to order, like, with no vehicle. They're like, sir.
Wait, you were standing there.
Standing there in the line with no vehicle. And then they go,
like,
sir.
feet on the ground.
Yep. You need a vehicle. And I was like, do I? And they were like, yes, it's a drive-through, not a walk-through. And then they stopped talking.
Well, don't they lock the doors so you can't walk inside?
They do. So I was like, okay, now what the fuck do I do? So I was like, guys, like, it's not looking good. I see a car start to pull up. I look inside the car. I have no idea who this person is. I was really hoping it was someone I knew. I go over to the window. I knock on this guy's window, and he rolls it down. And I was like, hey, can I get in your car and order Wendy's with you? And he was like, I don't know. I'm trying to get home. I was like, I'll pay for your Wendy's. And he goes, I get in a stranger's car.
Shut the fuck up.
We went
what
through
if
the drive-thru.
he just, like,
drove off with me?
Yeah.
Well, what's he going to do with me? Like, abduct
You're right, I don't
me,
know.
I guess. But, like, what abductors are just pulling up to Wendy's?
You're right.
He was pretty young,
No,
too.
you want to know what's scary is in that exact same parking lot, I had an interaction there. Like, I was filling up my tire. It was late at night. I probably shouldn't have been doing this at that time.
Yeah,
like, I
some
feel
shit
like
goes
once
down
it
there.
gets dark in Lowell, like, sketchy.
Especially if you're a woman. You wanna
Right.
stay inside.
I was filling up the air in my tire, and some guy with his fucking big-ass chain, like, starts coming up to me, and he's, like, holding his pants up because they're falling off of his waist. And he was like, yo, little mama, you smoke weed? And I was like, no, on God, like, I swear to
What's
God.
up, mama? How you doing?
That's probably exactly how he is, Danny. You sure you're not, like, wearing a costume right now?
Hold on. That's crazy talk.
No, he was like,
Imagine.
yo, little mama, you smoke weed? And I was like, no.
It's like, yeah, but no.
And he was like, where are you from? And I was like, no, this is like what they talk about in like the horror movies, where if you continue, like, you know how everyone always goes into the dark room that they're not supposed to go into?
Yeah, why would you do that? I hate when they do that in movies.
Right. I'm like, you're so predictable, but that's exactly
You're
what I
so
would.
predictable.
I'm like, that's exactly what I would be doing if I continued to talk to this person who looks like he's trying to abduct me, right? So then he starts talking, saying he's from like Boston. I'm like, what are you doing like right here next to me in Lowell then?
Why are you in Lowell? If
right.
You're from Boston. Why are you in Lowell?
Boston is a much better city than Lowell.
Wasn't Mike Tyson in Lowell? Like,
was he?
I think like a week ago he was in Lowell. But like,
wow,
why?
I never knew that.
Like, why would
like
you go
for
to
what?
Lowell?
No,
and
yeah,
I like
what?
Lowell. I
do like Lowell.
But why would you be here if Boston's like
right?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Whatever. But continue.
Like, unless you're doing some fuck shit that I don't know about.
That's the thing. He's got that chain. He's like, hey, little mama, you want to smoke some weed with me?
Right.
Quick?
So then I was like, no, I'm all set. Goodbye. So I get in my caddy because this is when I still had Bernie in my Cadillac. And I hop in and I go, and I go, like, drive away. But, like, as I'm driving away, I see him walk into the strip club that's across the street.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like,
was he recruiting?
I think he was trying to. I was like, damn, I didn't really put that together. I thought he was literally just trying to, like, mac on me. I don't know.
He was doing some scouting.
Right.
He wanted to see if there was some talent out there.
I was like, please, like, that's not okay.
No.
No, that's not okay.
Honestly, there's some. Really
I was like, do I give stripper vibes? I was in sweatpants.
I'm thinking it was more about just like if you're just like a girl alone at night.
Yeah.
I think he was, because you know that was poor judgment to be out there by yourself at night.
Right.
And I feel like
did.
Everyone I feel like he kind of looked and was like, maybe she got poor judgment.
I feel like that's sad though. That's sad though, because
and then,
I feel like that's a thing. You know,
like manipulate people.
Right.
I don't know. It's a scary world out there.
It is.
There's a lot of nice people, and I always say that, but there's a lot of like not nice people too. Like, people aren't always looking out for your best interest. That's why
I've learned that.
If you want something to happen, if you want people to do things, make sure it's in their self-interest, or you gotta really trust them. Because otherwise, the only thing I can really rely on is for someone to do something for themselves.
Exactly. I always say that.
Which is fine, because like I'm pretty much. It's not like I'm out here like being super noble and like doing shit for everybody else all the time. But like, so I'm pretty selfish in that sense too. But if we can all be consistently selfish. It's good to be selfish.
It's like, good to be a little bit selfish.
I can rely on someone else to be selfish.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all I know.
And that's kind of funny. So, like, a little bit going back to, like, my fitness and, like, health self-development type journey, I, like, really realized, like, when I was starting to learn how to do stuff the right way and, like, starting to build, like, proper relationships, I was, like, a big thing is, like, figuring out people who actually add to my life and don't drain me.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So when I, like, make a relationship with someone and I want to hang out with them, like, you know how sometimes in high school you'd be like, someone would ask you to hang out and you didn't want to say no. So you'd be like, my mom told me I can't. Or my mom was like, she can't give me a ride.
Yeah, yeah.
You would do that, right?
By the way, yep.
And now I feel like it's more the sense where, like, if I don't want to do something, like, for my mental health, for, like, just, like, my sanity, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's good to be alone.
Yeah, I love being alone.
And I'll just be like, I don't think today's, like, the best day. Like, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day.
Yeah,
you know?
Maybe, like, on a day where, like, I don't feel like how I feel right now.
That,
when I'm feeling a little more social.
Also, like, and then sometimes you just have to, like, bite the bullet and just be like, maybe this person, like, isn't as much my friend as I thought they were.
Yeah, it's like, no.
Right.
I don't want
to. Like, stand up for yourself
I don't want to.
No, I don't.
I don't want to see you ever. Like, and it can be hard, like, with someone that, like, especially if someone's asking you to, like, do something.
It is hard to advocate for yourself, for sure.
Enjoy your company, at least. So you got to be like, if I don't enjoy this person's company, how do I say no? I have a problem with, like, I love people. Like, I love people. I really, that's why I do this. I just have anybody on. I feel like I can just talk to them like I've known them forever. So, like, if anybody hits me up, I'm like, yeah, like, I am down to hang out. But sometimes I like my alone time, too.
Yeah. So, I feel like a big thing for me was self-advocating for myself and, like, making sound relationships. But then when I like picked up my fitness Instagram and I started making connections with people on there, that was, I would say, is like the one good thing that I do enjoy about social media, is that I've connected with so many people with similar interests of mine from like all over the country.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
And it's so weird because sometimes I feel like I fall into this pattern where like I could feel like really alone at school because a lot of people don't have the same interests as me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then like I can also like talk with these people and have such similar things, and they totally understand what I'm going through like in that moment.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because Angie, she was on this podcast, right?
Yeah, an
Shout out
ex-podcast guest. Yeah.
But I met her through Instagram before I even met her here.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that so wild?
She's the best, dude. I love
She is
Angie.
the best.
She's awesome.
She's a badass girl.
Oh my god, she's so tough, dude. Her podcast was so funny because like she's basically just saying like, I don't know. I just kind of, you get like a good sense of how like strong she is. If you haven't watched Angie's, watch Angie's because she's
definitely
awesome.
I watched that one.
Yeah, she's just so like. She's so real. It's so strong. Like she's just like she's a tough nugget, dude. She's a tough nugget. She is. She's awesome.
She pushes herself.
She does.
And like a good thing about like connecting with those people is they push you too, like to be better. And not in the sense that you want to beat them, but in the sense that like they've had such growth and like so much development that like you personally want to go through so much growth and development.
Yeah, it's like, it's not in a, I mean, it could be like somewhat competitive in a way of like, but not so much like in like a, I want them to do poorly. It's like, I want them to do as good as they possibly can do, so then I can see it and do it as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, gives you a little bit of like a pathway. No, 100%. You meet a lot of people online doing stuff like this. Like people will reach out and just be like I've had people reach out. The coolest thing is when people ask me to be on the podcast. I'm like, of course. Like, of course. Yeah. You want to do this with me? Like, I felt like first, like, 15.
I feel like that was low-key me, but it was telephone through Rachel.
No, it was like, it was more like a game of telephone where, like, you can be like, you're like, oh, it would be cool type thing. Yeah. Like, oh, that'd be fun to do. Which is, like, months in the making, by the way. I feel like I heard about that, like, a long time ago.
I know, but, again, everyone's so busy. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's just, like, it's just difficult.
We're here now.
Where at least we made it. Yeah. Know? That's what I tell everybody. I'm like, listen, like... And I'm so sorry. There's probably people out there that like asked me around like episode like 15, and I still haven't got to just because.
What episode is this now? Is it like
61?
I was gonna say 61.
You are 61 right now.
Purr.
I wonder.
Material girl.
I want to get to like 100, doing all different guests before ever repeating. Because it would just be cool to be like,
I think so too. And like also, I saw your episode with Quentin. You guys should watch that one. That one was a good one. And you did different stuff, and I feel like that's so cool.
Yeah, I was gonna do that with so it was funny because I was gonna do that with like everybody going forward. But then when I sent it to Quentin, and like that went good. It was fun, and that was awesome. It was so much fun. And then I had David on the next week, and he was like, I want to do a little more like free flowing, and I was like. Yeah, we did like decide some things to talk about beforehand, but then that was like a little middle option, and this is back to like the freestyle entire way. Yeah. So I was like, all right, let me just do it like a different way every time for like 10 or 15. Right. Just get an idea of what I like to do the best, and then just move forward with that one. And it might still be this one because this is nice because you can just like.
I feel like we've gone through so many different things already.
It's so like stress free. Like everyone says, what am I gonna talk about? And we're chilling on the couch. We're chilling on the couch. It's even more like relaxed, you know? It's just like I don't know, I really enjoy the idea of being able to say whatever you want. Yeah. You know? Like, did you feel like you were like nervous coming in, like being?
I was, because I was like, I don't know what I want to talk about, and also I was like, well, what is he gonna ask me about? Like my mom. Okay, let me preface with I said this to Dan earlier just for like because I was so nervous when I walked down here. Yeah. But I was telling my mom that I was coming on the podcast because it's so funny when you don't live with your parents, I feel like you love them so much more.
That's so true.
So I just tell my mom everything now. So I was telling her that I was coming on the podcast, and she was like, "What podcast?" Like I was like, a podcast, like, you know, where they talk about like just random stuff. She goes, talk about random stuff, like, what do you mean random stuff? And I was like, no, like literally, like it doesn't have to be anything in particular. He just talks about like stuff with people, like it's freestyle. She goes, well, what if he starts talking with you about butt plugs? And I was like that was out of left field. Like butt plugs? What? I was like, Mom. I was like, you're capping right now. No, this is not okay.
Yeah, your mom's funny.
My mom has a few hidden talents. Like, maybe she was a comedian in another life. I have no idea. But
That's funny stuff, dude. That's really funny. Like,
why was that her first thought?
That's the first thing. Like, that was her first concern.
That's scary. Mom,
Yeah.
what are you doing on your free time?
I only have one.
Yikes, I shouldn't.
I got one butt plug story.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's not even a story, really. It's just like, because I've never even seen a butt plug live. I just remember.
I don't think I have either.
You know Paul Pierce?
Yeah.
He used to be on Celtics, whatever.
Player, yeah.
Yeah. So he worked for ESPN, and
why is there a store with Paul Pierce?
I'll get there.
Holy fuck.
So,
okay.
I just see, I follow him on Instagram. I love basketball. Basketball's like my first love.
Oh, me too. Sorry to interrupt you.
Go.
I feel like I hope I'm not talking over you a lot of this.
Go crazy.
But I was going to say, I feel like I grew up doing gymnastics, but like if I had to pick a sport to watch, basketball's the one.
I love basketball.
Yeah.
It's everything. I played it my whole life. I love basketball with all my heart. So Paul Pierce is one of my favorites. I love Paul Pierce. And made my childhood fun. So I follow him on Instagram. And I get the notification on Instagram that Paul Pierce is live. And I was like, word, let me just hop in his live. And I never hop in lives. I've never, this is my first time.
It was fun before, but now it's kind of weird.
But I think it's because I was in Instagram. It was not early. It was like, I was in Instagram and it just popped up on the top. And I was like, and I just clicked it just because I was like, all right, this is the moment. And he is getting his hair cut, right? And he is smoking a cigar. And behind him is like 4 strippers. He works for ESPN, so like you can't be doing. And they're going crazy. And I see this one girl, and I see like something glowing in her butthole. Like,
shut up, Dan.
And I'm just like, it has to be a butt plug. So Paul Pierce was literally just out here just putting like, and he was like, "What's up, Instagram?" I'm like, "Dude, you're gonna get fired."
Doesn't he have children?
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about
does.
like
and then he
thinking
got fired.
about adults. Oh.
He got fired.
Really?
Straight up fired.
Something about like adults and like, I don't know. Maybe I'm prude with adults involving sexual things.
Yeah,
but it freaks me out.
Once you turn like 30, stop.
Stop. You're not allowed anymore. Not allowed.
You're not allowed.
You're going to jail if you do anything that involves sex past the age of 30.
Yeah, honestly, I'm talking directly to our parents. Every parent out there, if you're a parent, quit.
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, it's awful. Hey, how'd you get here?
Fuck. Well, no, my parents are divorced, so
so
I don't
they
think
really want to talk about it either.
No, they don't either. You want to know what my parents' love story was?
Yeah, actually.
My mom was bartending and my dad walked in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I wasn't supposed to be on purpose.
Hey.
But I was the flower girl at the wedding.
Oh, so yeah. Thank
So
God. Isn't that the cutest thing?
Yeah, my brother was the ring bearer.
Oh, that's so cute.
He wasn't on purpose either.
Hey. Don't matter. It don't matter.
But now we all live happily ever after.
Yeah. Is it like, so I feel like not everyone, like probably half the people I know, their parents are divorced.
It's so much more common now.
It's so common but I feel like it's like not really, like people don't talk about it.
No.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but I'm wondering what your
I
thoughts
actually
are.
don't mind talking about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel like having divorced parents can be really, really hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel like me personally, I had an internal battle like when it first happened, and even sometimes kind of now, like which side, you know?
Yeah.
Because I live with my mom almost full time. When I was younger, I would like swap every other weekend going to my dad's house, and like I just remember at night I would always miss my mom. Like there'd be times where my dad would have to drive me to the hospital where my mom was working at so she could give me a hug, good night.
Wow.
And then when I think back on it, I'm like, that's such a good dad. Like
Yeah,
the
it's a great
dedication
dad.
to my dad, like to spend, like he was supposed to be spending time with us and he would bring me to see my mom just because like I wanted to so bad.
Hey, whatever the child wants, you know?
Right? And then so now I obviously don't like, I have an apartment. I go home often on the weekends, but like if I go home, I go to my mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
But I always, every single Sunday morning, spend time with my dad. Like
That's
we always
awesome.
go out to breakfast and then we'll go to Trader Joe's together.
Why?
Well, just because it's right next to the breakfast place that we go by. So like I go in.
What's
with
the
him.
breakfast place?
It's called The Vibe.
The Vibe.
The Vibe.
Where is it?
It's in Hudson, New Hampshire. It's like a shake place, and
That's kind of cool. How far is it from Lowell?
Like 25 minutes, probably.
I might have to go hit up The Vibe.
You would like it. Okay, if you go, can you please get a banana pancake shake?
A banana pancake shake.
Yeah.
Pancake in a shake?
Sounds crazy, right?
Is it good?
It's so good. Actually, wait. Okay, no. Now this is making me stop real quick. Do you like mint? Like, do
I
you?
love mint.
Okay, because some people hate the mint chocolate chip vibe. You know?
I love
I
mint.
feel like I look like a mint chocolate chip right now.
You do. You look like a mint chocolate chip.
Oh my god. So like some people hate mint chocolate chip, like Thin Mints. I'm like, I don't understand it, but it's a thing. Like a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
So they have
I love.
They have like a Thin Mint shake, and they have right now they have a Shamrock shake that's like mint because like a Shamrock shake.
I love Shamrock shakes.
Oh,
like the one
so
at what's
good.
it called?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah, but it's like a healthy one because it's like protein shakes.
Do they got it at McDonald's right now?
Yes, bro.
Holy fuck.
You have to go by tomorrow then, because if tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, like I really still don't know, but if tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, you have to go.
Oh my god, they got it. They got it. They have to have it.
They have to have it.
That's very important. That's very
It is.
important.
And you want to know what they have now, actually? I mean, maybe this was always a thing, but apparently they have like a Shamrock Oreo McFlurry.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you look at that, dude? Look at
Right.
that.
Mhm.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
What is up with their marketing team?
They're not doing very well.
I might gotta get hired.
Okay, what happened? I mean, maybe I just don't watch enough TV anymore because I really don't like. But like, remember those ads, like the commercials, like in between shows that you would like literally like stare at,
Yeah.
and you would always see stuff and be like, oh, I want that. But I don't know if it's just because I don't watch TV, but I never see ads like that anymore.
Honestly, well, here's the thing. It's a little bit of both. So since the world has moved to streaming a
Yeah.
lot, it's not a lot of ads. So the ads you see are like implanted more within shows and within like
That's so
like
wild.
creators. Like, once you're big enough, you'll get plenty of like, you'll be like, hi guys, buy this from this to this, and that's what like, or even just like taking something, just
Yeah.
like companies. Once like, I'm sure Angie, she got 10K now, right? 10, 11,000.
Yeah.
She's gonna get to a point.
Angie's a material girl.
She's gonna get sent shit for free, and they'll be like, you don't gotta
Dude,
sponsor.
okay,
nothing, just wear
actually,
it.
this is not me being a fan, but like I am a fan because I literally love her. She just got sponsored by a supplement company.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
And like that's just like a small example, and like, think about Angie. Like, she's like, for us, she's just like Angie, but like,
Yeah.
some people out there, she's an influencer.
Mhm.
She's on their Instagram page and on their
Yeah.
For You page and everything. Like, that's kind of funny. But that's where all the ads have gone now. That's where all the money's going. It's like
crazy.
It's like they interweave it into your content.
And that's why I feel like a big deal why or a big reason why a lot of people want to just become like influencers for their job.
Yeah, because you can. Well, it makes life a little easier for yourself.
I mean, it does, but I also feel like there's so much like behind the scenes work that is involved with influencing jobs to like actually make it sustainable that people don't realize.
Yeah, like if
because like a job's a job.
Yeah, because you still gotta do a lot of stuff. Like this, this don't happen over. I don't click record and click stop and then it just appears on YouTube.
Right.
That's not what happens. I gotta do stuff. It's not like I'm not gonna sit here and complain about it because I
love it.
I love it, but I'm just saying it's not nothing. Like, anybody thinks you can just like do it and put no effort into it. It's like
right.
Like, you don't really understand.
And you have to be consistent with it is a thing.
Yeah, and it's hard to be consistent when there's not a lot of like anything or like any like results.
So like you post once a week, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like me for my fitness Instagram, I used to like be so consistent, post like 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier when school's not a thing.
Yeah, because you can just do it. It's like all you got.
Now I post like once or twice a week, but like if I don't get like at least one post up a week, then like all those people that I connect with, like they don't even see my content.
Yeah.
Like I can't even like, and then them to see my content to talk to me, or like me to see their content to talk to them, like. The whole way Instagram shows its feed is kind of weird. I feel like in general. Like, what's the algorithm?
It's weird because now they're adding a lot more stuff of like they're like recommending stuff I should see.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much I like that.
I don't think I do either. I mean, sometimes it's good because I'm like, whoa, I never would have saw that. But then at the same time, I'm like, that's just like
there should be a
filling up
different
my
tab.
feed with I think so too.
Give me a tab, and there probably is like Reels is kind of like that, but I want it to be Reels. I want to go through Instagram.
But Reels is TikTok.
Like, why would
Reels
you?
Is TikTok.
I would never say. I would never say, I gotta go watch Reels right now. I'll go on TikTok. I would never intentionally go on Reels. Sometimes I accidentally myself into some Reels.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, I'm intrigued, but like, never.
I'm not gonna click the Reels tab and start scrolling. That'd be weird. Yeah. You need TikTok at that point.
And also, like the whole when Instagram came out with stories following like Snapchat, like I don't use Snapchat half the time anymore for that reason.
Yeah, I don't use Snapchat.
I mean, I just don't.
Like,
Yeah, don't use it like in general. Like I would maybe follow like, not follow. I Snapchat like 5 or 6 people for fun, and then I'll like it'll be like 5 days before I answer. And I'm like, sorry.
sorry, but like, yeah, I'm really not. I don't know.
Right.
I just don't. I don't
I
know.
like I'll like go and post stuff on my private story just because I think I'm funny, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But
Everyone thinks they're funny. If you don't think you're funny, then like you're really not that happy.
but like that's it. That's all I use Snapchat for, and then other days I just won't even go on it for like weeks.
Hey, Snapchat kind of became like a little too relevant. Like it was almost like they tried to like replace like text.
Right.
And I was like, you're never gonna replace text. So now, and I feel like people are kind of getting sick of the whole like, I'm just gonna send a picture of the corner of my face back and forth.
Yeah, the whole
all
corner of
day.
the face thing is weird to me. I feel like especially our grown age.
Yeah, like, grow up.
When I see someone
Grow
someone
up.
Snapchats me a corner of their face, I'm like, are we in middle school?
Grow up.
Grow up.
We're Snapchatting.
Yeah,
this is the
like
whole
you
point,
can't
is
send
you
your
can
whole
send fun
face.
pictures back
And
and forth.
also, that's a thing, is like, don't get me wrong, I get when you're not put together, you might not want to send your whole face, but like also, when someone only sends the corner of their eye, you can tell a lot of times if they do it all the time, they're not confident.
Yeah, just put your face in the frame. Or say you don't want to show your face at the moment. Give me some scenery. What's going on around you right now? What, are you doing homework? Sure.
Like, that's perfectly fine to me.
A quick homework, one homework time. Sure, that's what's going on in your life.
That's perfectly fine with me.
But like the corner of your face. And I used to be a corner of the face guy.
I did too.
Massive. I did it all the time.
But that's why we're allowed to shit on it now.
Because we were part of the creed.
We grew up.
We grew up. We fucking grow up. Next time I get a corner of the face, I'm sending back grow up, and I'm gonna send it in the text. I'm not even gonna do it.
Yeah,
like,
you should.
in the Snapchat. Just send me your face, dude. No one cares.
Also, like, the whole thing with Snapchat is like people playing games.
Yeah.
Like, what is the point? I don't
weird.
understand the point.
No, it's weird. Snapchat's kind of weird now. I feel like Snapchat couldn't come around now.
No, it couldn't. And also, I just feel like there's a certain age where, like, you just shouldn't be using Snapchat anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that age is yet. Like, what do you think?
Because I'm still using it. So
No, I feel
I
like
don't
we're
use
in
it much,
college.
though.
I feel like we're in college, so it's not awful. But maybe, like, once you graduate college,
like 23, 24?
like 24. I'll give people like a 1 year like.
gap.
Yeah.
Because you might graduate when you're 23.
Yeah, like,
you
who
know what I
knows?
mean?
Life happens.
And then they give you a year to figure it out, whatever.
Mhm.
24. Once you're on your 24th birthday, you have to delete Snapchat from
You
your
do.
phone. And then on your 30th birthday,
Because you
no
have
more
to become a big
intercourse.
boy or a big girl and text people.
You do.
Or, like, say something in person.
Because it's much more, because Snapchat, it's like a big thing with Snapchat. It's kind of cool in this sense. It's like the idea of like a streak. It's like you get to talk to someone every day. And like maybe just see, or like,
Streak culture.
that's got to go.
Yeah,
That's got to go.
That
That isn't already gone.
I remember like thinking it was so cool because I had a
like
streak.
15 streaks,
Right.
and they were like 100 days.
And someone was like, I remember being like maybe in junior year of high school and being like, oh my god, I have 25 streaks.
Yeah.
And someone would be like, I have 50. And I was like,
Really?
babe, what 50
Who the
people do
fuck
you
are
know?
these 50
In
people?
Tingsboro, Massachusetts, my graduating class was like 120 people.
So that's like a fucking half the class. Half
Yes.
the class.
Yeah.
Including like if you take away 20 people.
But like
for,
you're friends with all of them?
You're not.
No, you're not.
That's another thing. Snapchatting people that you're not friends with or anything. Like if you just
and
Snapchat somebody.
that's why I feel like when you know, like, say you're out like at the club or something like that. I mean, maybe the club isn't a good like example, but if someone's trying to talk to you and they say like, "What's your Snapchat?"
I was just gonna say, so Snapchat or number? What would you rather be at?
So this is the thing about me is I'm not a texter. I'm really not. But I would much rather someone text me than Snapchat me, because if someone DMs me, like this has happened before, and like people are like, "Oh, what's your Snapchat?" I'll add them back on Snapchat, right?
Yeah.
But I don't go on Snapchat like that, like I used to.
Yeah.
So like it's your own fault for asking me about my Snapchat, because you're not going to hear from me.
So how do you get a hold of you?
You have to text me. Like I'm guaranteed to see a text and then choose if I want to respond. But if you Snapchat me, ask for my Snapchat.
Yeah.
That's like your own fault, because.
So like, say you're out.
Yeah.
What would you prefer? Would you prefer?
I would rather someone ask
say,
me for my text.
What's your number?
Yeah.
Give me the 10-digit secret code.
Yeah.
That's what you'd
I would
rather.
much rather someone ask
Then
for it.
instead of,
And
hey,
I
can
take
I
them
get your
more
Snapchat?
seriously.
It's
Because
much
who wants
more
a
mature.
It's more
That's
mature.
a man.
But also, like, who wants a random bitch on their contacts?
Yeah. Because that's not, hey, you're not random bitch. That's what you feel like. I get it now. That makes sense. Because you wouldn't just put random people.
No. And also, like,
that's a good point.
This might be exposing myself a little bit, but like, okay,
it.
you ask for my phone number, right? And then we text. You have to earn your name in the thing.
That's hey, part of the game. It don't end as soon as you get the number.
Right.
That ain't the end game. That's just the start. You just got an interview.
Yes.
That's all it was. You got an interview. You get your interview chance. You talk.
And also the thing is like, because I'm not a huge texter, like, this is me personally, but like, because I'm old fashioned, like, you know how I was saying before, I'm kind of like stuck in between of like which way I want to go. Because I'm a little bit old fashioned, I feel like I would much rather someone be like, oh, want to go do something? To like start to get to know someone, rather than them just like text me aimless shit all day.
Yeah, because then if you're texting all day, like, I feel like I just get stuck on my phone.
Yeah. And who wants to be like stuck on this device when you have the whole world in front of you?
It's a beautiful world out there.
It's a beautiful world. Like, tell me you wouldn't want to go for a walk at sunset and like look at all the clouds and like the colors.
I know, it's a beautiful world out there. When the sun's setting, you know, it's like nice pink sky, purple sky.
Or like you're going on a hike and like all those trees.
You a hiker?
Like,
You like to hike?
So I'm not like a hiker, but I'm a wannabe hiker.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like Sedona, like that area. Yeah, a fiker.
Fake hiker.
Yeah. You know Sedona, like with all of like, it's like in Arizona. There's a lot of hiking over there. Like, that seems like such an awesome vacation. Like, I feel like some people would be like,
my sister, I think, went there. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I think she did.
No, so I feel like some people would be like, you want to go on a vacation just to hike? Like, you just want to go hike? But I'm like, why not?
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
It's beautiful.
Because, like, what am I going to go? I'm going to pay for a ticket to go to Sedona, look at the mountains and all of, like, the desert and just look at it? Like, no, I want to explore it.
I want to explore. I want to go. I want to experience it. I'm definitely one. I don't mind just sitting back and watching. Like, I know if it comes to, like for someone that has no, like, artistic ability or, like, knowledge on art, I love art. I love looking at it. I love good art. I like if it has a meaning, sure, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
I just like something that looks beautiful, that I can just stare at. And I can include like, scenery, too, and everything.
Yeah, scenery. Like, I feel like the outdoors, like, just being outside, like, gives me so much serotonin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So much serotonin.
Yeah. What gives you melatonin? What makes you go to sleep? What shit out there sucks? Makes you tired? Like school?
School sucks.
Does it make you tired? Are you tired in your classes for no reason?
Well, one class. I have an accounting class from 6:30 to 9:20 on Monday nights.
Accounting's trash.
It's not my best thing, but knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. I just fucking hate accounting knowledge. Yeah. It's just, I've taken plenty of accounting classes at this point. Accounting, like, of all finance stuff. It's just like...
Yes, I'm in financial accounting. Woo!
It's so painful. I'm so sorry.
At least I have a good professor.
Who's your professor?
Joyce Wise.
Oh, I've never had Joyce Wise. Who's the best professor you've ever had?
That's tough. That's actually a really tough question. I would say... either Brent Shell, who I had freshman year.
I hear a lot about this Brent Shell.
Oh my God, Brent Shell, you have my heart. Or I would, honest to God, say like possibly Kyle Coffey right now. Okay. Not because he's like one of the exercise science professors. Yep. Not because he's like super nice or anything like that. Like, I don't feel like I have any type of relationship with him, but I feel like he is such a good professor.
He's smart.
He's so smart. He's, you know, he went to school here and graduated here and did his master's program here, and now he's working here.
Hey, must love the school.
He must.
He gets it.
Go Riverhawks.
He had it. It used to be when he was here. It was probably the Chiefs. I can't believe we went from Chiefs.
What?
We were the Chiefs for a long time. Like a long time till like recently. We were the Chiefs.
I had no idea.
It was so much better.
Is that when we had like a football team or something?
I don't even know.
Did we ever have a football team here?
I don't think we did. We should have a football team. We should have a football team. Yeah. I don't know. I always liked it. I and I'm all for it. If I could do like a poll of like 100 people and see like of like the ethnicity it might offend, and they were like, yeah, no, this offends me that you mess little
Riverhawks being called the Chiefs, like, yeah, that offended me. Then I'd be like, all right.
Oh, I didn't even put that together.
Let's change it to the Riverhawks then. No problem, no question. Like, if it offended more people than it didn't, 100%.
Right. But
I don't think they really care.
I don't think people really care either because, like, what are they going to say about the freaking NFL team?
Like, the Redskins.
Do you think they would actually change their name?
Redskins did.
They did?
They changed it to the they changed it, but they didn't have a backup. They didn't have a name, so they just changed it to the Washington Football Team. They were Washington Football Team for like a year and a half, and then this year they're gonna be the Commanders, the Washington Commanders.
Wow.
Redskins was a little tough.
My stomach's making noises. I'm hungry.
You gotta eat.
Even though I just ate.
Do you want to wrap up? You want to eat?
No. I'm chilling.
What time is it?
I don't
Can you
need to
check
eat
your
that
watch?
bad.
I
Yeah,
can't see.
it is. Is it gonna work? Oh, it's 1:12.
1:12. We got a little bit of
We
time.
don't have class till 2.
Yeah, we got time.
We got
a
time.
little bit of time. But yeah, I don't know. I just was I don't know. I feel like if it offends a lot of people, I have no problem. Redskins was a little tough.
That one is a little tough,
That's a little
but
bit
I
tough. That's
I
a tough
don't.
one.
Maybe I'm just not educated, but I didn't realize that the Chiefs was a bad name.
I don't think it should be. I mean, is it?
I honestly have no idea. Like, what's another one?
Aunt Jemima. That got taken away.
Really?
It's
But, like,
it's
why?
Pearl Milling Company now.
That's so weird to me.
I don't.
Because
I think Uncle
I feel
Ben
like there's
is
a
too.
difference between like taking away a name just to take away a name because you're scared it's gonna piss someone off, or like
Yeah.
it being a classic name, like Aunt Jemima.
That's classic.
That's classic.
I think it's I love, and like I think the whole idea, I guess like there's some, and like I guess there's like some history behind it, but at this point it's been rewritten because no one knows it.
Yeah.
Well, we know it is.
Like maybe instead of taking the name away, educate on its history.
Yeah, give some power to it.
Right.
Make it something.
Yeah.
Make it what it is. You know. I don't know. It's an interesting. Those things are really interesting to me because I like to hear. I feel like everyone I talk to is thinks kind of how you think and thinks how I think.
Yeah.
I wish I want to talk to someone.
Like
that
maybe it's an
disagrees
older
with me.
perspective. I don't know.
Maybe it's just like a more like. I don't know. Just if I found like some people that were a little more like sensitive to it, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to just like
Yeah.
know why. Like why does it really bug you?
Right.
It's just Aunt Jemima.
It's just
She's dope.
good old Aunt Jemima.
She was on the bottle and like she looks so sweet. Everyone's favorite auntie.
Everyone's
Aunt
favorite
Jemima.
auntie.
Throw that right on your pancakes in the morning.
Delicious.
Maybe go to Vibes and maybe they'll have some Aunt Jemima there. Who knows?
No, bullshit. Maybe you can put some Aunt Jemima on your banana pancake shake.
Now it's Pearl Milling Company, so I guess I got to put some Pearl Milling Company on my.
That just sounds wrong.
It's so boring. That's so boring. You couldn't have
Yeah.
changed it to anything else. Pearl Milling Company.
I don't even think I would ever remember that. Like Aunt Jemima, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, all day. That's Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
It's Aunt Jemima. The one lady you can promise to be in my kitchen. That's just like the way it is throughout all your life. And then
Are
just
you a
taken
fake
away.
syrup or a real maple syrup person?
I think I'm more of like a fake syrup type of guy. No joke.
Okay, fine.
I have.
You're like my brother.
I got a fugazi taste. I don't know. It's all fake.
No, I like the real shit.
Like,
So good.
Even like the Shamrock Shakes and what's it called at McDonald's, like I consider that like fake.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, well, like that's a good fake, I guess.
It's good. There's some good fake out there.
There is some good fake.
But like even for a long time, like did your like mom ever make like homemade pizza?
She tries. I don't know if I would actually call it pizza,
It ends
but
up being,
like
a
kind
lasagna,
of. I feel like
calzone.
she would have to resort to like the frozen ones.
My mom makes a lot of pizza because she's Italian. My mom was Italian. and
Okay.
My grandmother's Italian, so like they made pizza. My mom makes pizza now, and it's really good now. When as I get older, I've adapted to it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was so used to restaurant style pizza that my mom would make it, and my nana would make it. My nana legit, like Italian grandmothers. You know the stereotype.
Oh, I know the stereotype.
They make everything.
I've yet to meet an Italian grandmother though.
Oh,
Is it like Nani? Is that
It's
what
like mine was just like Nana Sue, whatever.
Oh.
We're not because like my family's not too Italian, but
Mm.
like she was like from Italy.
Okay, so
And she made
is
the best
Nani
pizza.
Italian? Is like that an Italian thing, or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay,
I think
Nani.
Nick calls his grandmother Nani. If I'm not mistaken. The little cutie. He's like,
Nani
"Going to my
Di
Nani's."
Simone?
Nani.
Does-
I don't think it's that. I don't think she's Di Simone, but it is his last name though. But yeah, I don't think that she's Di Simone. I want to go to their Sunday dinner one day.
Stop, that sounds so good. Sunday dinner reminds me of Jersey Shore.
You're a Jersey Shore person too.
Oh my
Are you going to
God.
Pauly D?
No, okay.
Go.
You want to know what's so funny is I was supposed to go. Do you remember like Megan's birthday? Like
a
while. Long time ago when you guys went. Yeah, we almost went to that, but then I won Jack Harlow tickets.
Oh, that's the same night?
It was the night right after, so I had to work
That
so that I had money.
Oh my God, no way. Yo, you got it.
But you want to know what's even crazier is I won the Jack Harlow tickets for here too.
Here too. When is that?
April 29th, Saturday.
Should I go to that?
You should. It's going to be a good time.
I love Jack.
And you want to know what we have to do? We have to get him to go to Smokehouse after.
He'd do it. If you can convince him, like.
You know he likes brown-haired girls.
No. I saw him. What's it called? Do you see him go up to, what is her name? Sweetie? You ever see him do that?
Oh, yes, I did.
Cold. I was like, wow, this dude's crazy.
Like, I don't know, something about Jack Harlow makes my heart go pitter-patter.
No, it's the set. I'm telling you, it's like he's set.
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
So much, but he's not cocky.
No,
he's just like
bold. The confidence is ridiculous.
It's OD. I need Jack Harlow's confidence.
We all do. We could all use it. And then he's on top of the confidence. It's not like he's like, I'm very like, I like to talk. I like to be energized. He's so laxed, but he's also might have the most energy in the room. He's interesting.
He is an interesting person.
I get why girls like him. I understand, but I like his music, so I feel like
I do like his
I
music
should still be able
too.
to go.
It's so funny because I remember like when I won his concert tickets. So I won.
So you won both.
I won both. Like, how does that happen? I have no idea.
How do you win them?
So first time I was driving to the gym in my car, and my old Cadillac didn't have like a good aux like port or whatever, so I'd always just play the radio.
Yep.
And I had 94.5 on, right?
Cool.
And it was like someone had to answer a question, and if you answer the question right, you get the 4 tickets.
So, no way.
So this person answered the question wrong, and I was like,
dumb bitch.
Yeah. So then they were like, okay, new caller, next caller, 25th caller, like you if you get it right, you win. But it was a different question when I got on, and I was like, fuck, I hope I get it right.
Yeah.
You want what the question was?
What?
It was like, what is Kylie Jenner's daughter's name? Is it? And they gave me multiple choice.
Stormy?
Yes, but they gave me. Okay, first of all, that was good.
Come on now.
But they gave me 3 options, and I was like, okay, please. I, of course, already know it's Stormy.
Yeah, they're like Stormy, Table, and Richard.
Right. So I was like, is it Stormy? And they were like, yes. Like,
Did you
oh my
hit them
God.
with the, is it Stormy, even though you dead ass knew?
Yeah. I had to play the game a little bit. So I was...
I can see you in your fucking car. Is it Stormy? Like, yeah, you're like, about to crash.
Stop. That's so funny. So I was like, is it Stormy? And they were like, yes, babe. Like, oh my God. Yes, you won. You get 4 tickets to Jack Harlow tomorrow night. And I was like, this is the first time I ever won concert tickets before. So I thought I was like fucking on cloud 9. Like, I thought I was like, did something that no one's ever done before. I don't know why. So I was like, Rachel. I was like, I'm taking you to Jack Harlow. And she was like, she thought I was like fucking with her.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because I was texting her before, and she was in her class. Like, nursing majors have class from like 8 to 10 something.
All day, every day, without stopping. It actually doesn't stop.
So I was texting her, and she was like trying to stop answering me. So she was like, I'm not going to answer her. So she thought I was fucking with her, trying to get like her to answer me like, by saying I won Jack Harlow tickets and I was taking her. But then I was like, Rachel, like, I'm not even joking. Like, I won. Like, we're going. She goes, you're lying. Like, she couldn't even focus the rest of the class. But anyways, we all go. We were getting ready. Like, next day, Jack Harlow. Perfect. Amazing. And I, for some reason, had this, like, idea that, like, he saw me and only me in the crowd. So I was, like, looking right at him, singing. And then, like, he was singing back to me. It was amazing.
Yeah. It was just you two. No one else was there.
It was just us 2, yeah. Because for some reason, Rachel and Celia didn't make it into the actual venue that night.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's okay because we're all going to be there in April.
Yeah.
So then,
Chance number 2.
I remember they announced that he was our spring concert.
That's dope.
So it was on Instagram, right? And so I was like, it was the last day to enter. So I was like, I mean, why don't I do it for shits and gigs? Like,
and you
like,
fucking won.
And I won again.
Hey, are you and Jack Harlow meant to be together?
We are meant to be together. And
How old is he?
23, I think.
That's fine.
I feel like that's
more than
perfect.
Fine. That's great.
That is like such a great
Oh,
age.
you 21?
No, I'm 20.
When you turn 21? Are you
August.
young?
I'm a baby. I'm only a little bit older than Mike. Like, a little bit.
You know what's crazy? Nick's younger than both of you.
Really?
November.
How the fuck is he in our grade?
He shouldn't be. And that's the end of the that's the end of that discussion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he's just in the wrong grade.
Well, then.
I like to tell people that he skipped a grade.
Did he actually?
No, I like to tell
He
people
was just
that
very
he did.
young when he started our year.
Yeah, I think it's because he has like his family's pretty close. He has like older cousins or whatever, and I think when you have like older siblings or cousins or whatever, they just kind of want to like put you in like.
So you're with them.
To get with them as close as you can, like sports and everything. So.
But so I remember entering, right, and I was like sitting on the couch next to my mom. Oh, again, my mom, love her. So I was.
What's your mother's name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca, we love you, Rebecca.
You want to know what's so fucking funny to me?
What?
Is that my mom's name Rebecca, like whitest name ever. No judgment, by the way. All love. And I'm Shya.
It's like a beautiful name though. Shya is a beautiful.
You want to know who she named me after? Please guess.
Not LaBeouf.
Yes. No. She loved him so bad.
No way.
I'm named after Shia LaBeouf.
You're named after Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah.
What? That's a little weird now.
It is a little bit weird.
That's fire though. It's with a Y, isn't it? He's
an I and mine's with a Y.
Okay, so you can dodge it.
Right.
You can at least kind of dodge it.
And then my last name is like family in Spanish.
Shia Evelyn?
Yeah, Shya Evelyn Familia.
I'm so good at this. Dude. I'm so good sometimes. I know everything and nothing.
So I was sitting on the couch with good old Rebecca, and I saw the notification that said, like, Penn Group mentioned you in their story, and I was like, no fucking way. I was like, there's no fucking way. Mom, I just won. She was like, what? I was like, she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I just won Jack Harlow tickets again. Again, do you know how hard it is? I was like, Mom, do you know what the chances are of that? I was like neurotic.
You're doing the fucking numbers out.
You're
doing the numbers out. You're like, well, they're literally. I took accounting this semester.
I was like,
literally
it was a manic episode, I would say.
0.76% chance that I won both tickets.
Yeah, so.
Honestly, it's probably smaller than that.
I freaked out. And I was like, Jack, I posted it to my story. I was like, Jack, we can't keep meeting like this.
Oh my god. Yo, you gotta slide. Have you been in his DMs yet?
No, so I'm waiting till I get a little bit closer so he like remembers,
Okay. Yep.
Because
you gotta hit him with like the, hi.
But you wanna know what? Do you wanna know what they said? They said to me, they go, if COVID restrictions are lifted by then, we can like have you meet him.
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, if Jack meets me, it's over.
It's over.
But okay, and I'm really like embarrassing myself OD right now.
Don't worry.
But I've been saying this to people is like, first of all, when I get to meet him, that would be awesome. But like, what if we're just like there, right? Because this is Lowell. This is. I can tell by you laughing that you already know this is about to be some fuck shit.
It's about to be some fucking something stupid.
I'm like, what if he starts like singing, right? And do you know his song "Love Is Dro"?
Yeah.
I'm like, what if he's singing that song to me?
He's not gonna sing that song to you. Honestly, I hope he does.
What if he's like, this is one for my girl Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf. This is for Shia LaBeouf right now. Everyone's like, what? And you're there like, I know, babe. I know.
He's like, let me love you slow. What if he says that? Like, I think I would die.
Bro, what? Well, I mean, I might have to go just to see this now.
I think you do. What? Like, Dan, what would you do if I was on stage with him?
Oh, I'd freak out. I'd put it on my everything. I'd just take pictures and be like, this is my friend.
And honestly,
Bring him around. I feel like we'd be best friends. Me and Jack Hall would be best friends.
You two would,
we get along so well.
I feel like you have very, like, you're both, like, super upbeat, loving life type personalities.
Yep. He'd love it. We'd have ball. Me, him, and Drewski all together.
Oh, I love Drewski.
I love him, too. He's such a
what?
Guy.
Oh,
so
I forget.
He could probably be there.
What?
He could just pull up. I feel like Drewski could just be at a Jack Harlow concert.
I'm so interested to see who he's going to bring as, like, his opener.
Yeah. Usually, the openers are, like, I don't know. Like I went to the Polo G, which was whatever, and
I haven't been to any of the school concerts yet.
the Young Thug one. The opener was Machine Gun Kelly, which was like I don't really like Machine Gun Kelly, but at least he's like a name.
Right.
The openers for Polo G were like a bunch of nobodies. I didn't like any of them.
I feel like the one thing about Jack Harlow is either like you know him, you love him, or
Yep.
you just don't know who he is.
Yeah, you don't care about him whatsoever. I love me some Jack Harlow, honestly. Like, I love him.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. For like a guy, for like being like a dude, I love Jack Harlow. I feel like a lot of dudes like.
Yeah.
Don't like Jack Harlow.
You want to know why I think I like him so much? I feel like I'm very much into like R&B. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got.
But
some,
he's
like,
very much like rapper R&B mix
He's
because
got some like
his
soul to what he's
yes,
saying. It's
his
pretty
beats
good.
have like groove and like rhythm.
Yeah, it's like
And
you're
if you
not,
actually listen to
you
the
don't nod
words,
your head like this. It's like
yeah.
it's like the it's
It's
a
like,
smooth nod.
Let me love you slow.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
I don't have any.
and you're gonna be
I
there
don't
like.
have any rhythm in this voice. I'll tell you that
like,
much. But
thank you, Jack. Thank you.
Jack, I love you so much.
I love you, Jack. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
You
it's
think
gonna be a good
so you think that you'll be able to meet him?
I very much hope so. I'm
How
literally
many
gonna.
people can meet? How many tickets did you win? 2 or 4?
I won 4.
So you'd all be able to meet him.
I hope so.
Isn't
I
that,
would think that's how it works.
I think so. It wouldn't just be you. So it'd be you, like Rachel. Who else is going?
I gave a ticket to Rachel. One of my hometown friends, Haley.
Awesome.
Different Haley. She's blonde. The Haleys will have to meet.
Yeah, they'll have to meet.
And
Haley.
then Tara Foley.
Okay.
You know
yeah.
Tara?
I know of her.
Yeah.
I don't know if she knows me, but I know her. But yeah, so Rachel loves him too. So
It's gonna be.
who
a good
loves
time.
him more, you or Rachel?
Okay, well, first of all, I feel like equally because Rachel like loves him, but I also feel like I listen to him non-fucking stop.
So you maybe more love him music wise and like whatever all that more. She just might be legitimately obsessed with like.
Yeah, but also I can say I'm obsessed with him because I love watching YouTube videos of him like going sneaker shopping or like him on Saturday Night Live. Like he's so funny.
He's really funny.
He's a funny dude.
He's a really funny guy. I like Jack Harlow, but
I'm just gonna have to DM him and say,
You're gonna
"Hi,
have to.
Jack. I think it's meant to be that we meet because I've won your tickets twice, and also I have brown hair."
Yeah. I think he likes brown skinned girls too, does he not?
I think he does too.
So hey, you got a chance. You got a chance.
I have
Go
a
for it.
chance,
Why not?
but I need to figure out the fit because like last time my fit was so good.
Wear the same one. Well, no, he'd know. Maybe he'll recognize you.
Okay, but
That
no,
would be. Hey,
that would be
what
wild.
if he recognized you?
Dan, I don't think I'm prepared for that right
If he
now.
was like, if he looked at you and was like,
Is
he gave
that
you
Shia
that,
LaBeouf?
if he gave you that, if he gave you one of these and was like,
Stop! I would faint.
"Ain't I seen you before?" Like you'd be like,
Dan, where did you get that voice from?
you'd be like, "Oh my God, I have seen you before." It's like we sang together. There was no one else in the
No,
crowd.
but you want to know what? I'm fangirling so hard right now. But if I saw him, my face would go like stone cold.
Yeah, you'd be terrified.
Yeah,
It's like
I
if I
would.
met like Scarlett Johansson, I'd just be like,
Right.
Hi, how are you? No, I'd be fine. I'd be fine. No, I'm good.
I
with
feel
stuff
like you would
that.
be fine.
I can meet anybody.
You're smooth with the ladies.
Well, I just don't care. I feel
Yeah.
like that's what happens,
You
guys.
need to
Like,
have a good mix of that, though. You need to have a good mix of like I don't care and also, like.
if you're genuine and your intent, like
Right.
people can tell, and
That's the
without even
biggest
realizing.
thing.
Like it's not like that's people like I don't like talk to girls like that. Like, I'm not like a psycho, but like if I go up to a girl, it's not to be like.
Right.
Let's hook up later. I go up to them to try to make a friend.
Right.
I like having friends. So like,
I think
and
it's
I think that comes
important.
across in the way I
Yeah.
speak.
I think that's really important for me too. Is like, I feel like if I was actually genuinely interested in someone, it doesn't matter if I'm actually that interested in them unless they're actually genuinely interested in me back, or else I just don't put the
Yeah,
time
it's
into
like
it.
you just need to. I just feel like I don't know. Being genuine is very important in order to talk.
Especially
to
when you get older.
Yeah, like because they can tell now. You know what I mean? Like as you
Absolutely.
get older, like, everyone can kind of without even realizing it. Like if you're like I got a bad vibe from him, it's like you want to know why? It's because they probably didn't have the
Right.
intentions, and your brain is telling you. But you
Intuition.
don't know your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Trust it. Trust your gut. Yeah. So it's 1:30.
We fucking have class at 2:00, don't we?
We have class at 2:00. I drive with Nick at like 1:40. So we do have to
wrap it up.
It's a shame. We're going.
It's a shame.
That's not. That doesn't say 2
But
hours.
maybe.
It's impossible for you. Haven't even been here. For 2
No, I
hours.
got here at 12.
All right. So it's been like an hour and 10 minutes. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I feel like this is good, but maybe this is just part 1, and then after you have 100 people. Part 2?
If you meet Jack Harlow, you'll be.
Okay, if I meet Jack Harlow,
you're coming
I
back
need to get
on.
Jack Harlow sitting right in the middle of us. Imagine.
That would change my life. That would change my life.
Imagine how much of my life would have
Definitely would
changed if
change
that
your
was the case.
Oh man. So yeah. Well, do you got any like send off words? You got any like? Okay. Shout out three things maybe. Shout out your Instagram one more time.
Okay, my fitness account is _SF_fitness.
Yeah, go give it a follow. You do a good job. You
That's
keep it up to date.
Yeah, I love that place.
You don't crowd it too much.
No,
It's good.
I figured out. I feel like for me that's just like a safe space. I kind of go about like my daily life, fitness,
It's
things
good.
I eat, connecting with people. It's fun.
Yeah. Honestly, like I don't even know. I don't follow anybody, but I'll follow it on both accounts. How about that? You'll get 2 followers. 2 follows. Isn't that crazy?
No, because when you know how you always do your like front cover things, like when you post.
Yes.
I'm definitely shouting this out on my fitness Instagram.
Boom. Look at us dude. Networking together. So then.
Oh yeah.
What else? Did you enjoy your time?
I did enjoy my
DOD-Cast?
time. I feel like it's so funny. A lot of people like this is just like such a simple, easy conversation. A lot of people like aren't willing to just sit down and talk, you know?
So true.
So this was fun. I'm
Yeah.
happy we did this.
I'm happy we did it too. Well, Shya. I'd like
Good to
thank
be
you
here.
for
I'm
coming
happy to
on.
be the first guest on the couch.
First guest on the couch. You're breaking it in.
Yeah.
You thought this was good too. You enjoyed.
Yeah. This is I
Comfy?
didn't even need the blanket. I was nervous I was gonna be cold.
Yeah. Once you get going, like your body kind of like gets
Right.
used to it, and then like you kind of get distracted by the conversation. But
Yeah.
it all worked out.
And
we
now
had
we're
it
about
there just in
to-
case.
Now we're about to go outside and enjoy the sun.
Enjoy the sun. Enjoy our classes. Maybe, probably won't, but we could enjoy them. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye guys.